So we're hiking up to where the old hunting stand is, where the hunter got chased out. It's quite a good little hike uphill to get up there. It's super remote, so we'll check back in here in a bit. Yeah, look at this country here. Beautiful country up here, really remote. Way up northeast of the Clearwater River. We're up where the headwaters, there's a bunch of high mountain lakes up here with creeks that come down off the mountains and flow into some of the bigger creeks, which flow into the North Fork of the Clearwater. Yeah, it's beautiful country. This is one thing you want to look for is berry patches. A lot of times there's sightings around berry patches. A lot of people that pick berries have sightings. That's kind of a common thing, and some of you guys may know that berry patches are also connected to, it's kind of a common thing for the missing people too, in Dave Paulides' books. So yeah, when you're out looking for Sasquatch, you want to find good water sources like creeks, food sources. There's a lot of game. There's a lot of game trail. This is a game trail we're on here, as you can see here. It's a pretty well used one. So water source is number one, food source, berries. It all kind of adds up, and some of the things you want to look for. And then we'll get into some of the odd things you want to look for too, just anything out of the ordinary, like broken trees and structures and tree twists and what else? Anything, we found little alder bushes that are woven together. They're pretty cool. Maybe we can find one of those up here. This is where we found it, up on top here. So we'll see. Wanted to give you this view here. This is just amazing through here. There's some meadows, real thick alder bushes running down through these valleys, through these draws. I'll see if I can zoom in here. Give you a look up here. That mountain's a ways off. Wow, this has a good zoom. Unbelievable. Beautiful day today. We had some rain the last couple days. Rained pretty hard for a while. We had to take shelter in our tents for a while. But today's just been great. Sorry guys, I'm still learning how to use a camera. Pretty new at this. It's up the other side here, up the hill. Getting close to where that tree stand is now. Not much further. Check back in. We just came through the trail here. Look at all these ferns. It's just super thick. It's almost like a rainforest up here. They get a lot of snow up here in the winter, but this is something that is common where you find Sasquatches. Ferns. I've heard that quite a few times before. Super green area. Lots of rain, lots of snow. Again, I'm just kind of giving you guys an idea where we're at, what it looks like. A real thick green country. Big cedars. Kind of reminds you of a jungle, or kind of like the coastal forests of Washington and Oregon, the Olympic forest. So we just came into this little area here, and we smelled something awful. It's oh, it smells like sewer, doesn't it, Cor? When we hit about right here, it hit us right in the face. Oh, it's horrible right here. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. Let's just sit here and look. First time I've ever smelled that. It's not too bad right over here, but back there. Man, that stunk. I don't smell it over here. Okay, there's the old tree stand up ahead, what's left of it. This is where the hunter ran all the way back to. Oh, there's some, looks like bear right there. Anyways, the hunter ran all the way back here from, there's a draw way down that way, and he saw that Sasquatch, and it chased him all the way up here, and he jumped into this old tree stand, checked his bullets, and ended up jumping out and running all the way back to base camp, which is where we're camped now. This is where it happened. So this is that old tree stand. It's all falling apart. That's where they used to sit, right up there. Not much left of it. So that hunter ran all the way through this stuff from way down there. How long far do you think that is, Chris? Down to the gulch? Another mile?
I'd say it's a good 3/4 of a mile at least.
Close to a mile. The guy ran all the way through here with that thing chasing him and screaming and breaking sticks and trees, and can't imagine what that guy went through. Terrifying.
Well, so this guy was down there. He was set up and he was hunting. You know, he was told not to go down there, and he's kind of arrogant. Kind of thought he was a tough guy. Went down there anyways, and was sitting down there. It was evening. Starting to get dark, you know, around the time when game comes out. And so there was a stump sitting, you know, some yards in front of him that all of a sudden out of nowhere just stood up, took 3 giant steps towards him, and just let out a god-awful roar. Scared the guy that was sitting there so bad. He ran all the way up here with his pistol and his rifle, sat in this, was counting his bullets to see how many bullets he had, because he didn't know if he would have enough to take down what was chasing him. And then it just kept crashing up here through the brush, and you know, I could hear it getting closer. So he's like, instead of trying to fight this thing with all these bullets that I have, I'm just gonna get the hell back to camp.
And then he took off, right, Chris?
Like, yeah, then he was so scared that night he wouldn't go from tent to tent without somebody with him.
Didn't he take off and leave? I thought.
Not that night.
Oh, not that
he was
night.
Just,
okay.
He was so rattled that
okay.
he had to have somebody with him.
Okay.
Or else, yeah, he was afraid the monster would get him.
And then he must have left, what, the next day then, huh?
You know, I don't know.
Because I remember your dad said he took off and he had to hunt him down like a week later.
Huh.
Yeah, well, maybe the story got twisted a little bit along the way, but
Yeah, there's a lot
it's,
of stories.
yeah. Yeah, it's quite a story. Can't imagine going through that. That thing must have chased him right through here. Probably all right through this. The trail kind of ends here. It gets real thick, so he just had to have crashed his way through here. By the way, we've got whoops in midday, right in the middle of daytime. Before that happened, we didn't think that was something they did, but Chris and I were in here probably 3 years ago, and we sat here for hours. I think we sat right up here against these trees by the stand, and we just sat for hours. And just out of nowhere, we didn't even provoke it, we heard a whoop, a really loud whoop, from right over here, this direction. And that's actually the direction where the hunter came from once he was chased. That's Boogeyman Gulch down that way. I'm pointing to it. And what it is, it's a high mountain draw. There's a creek that runs through it. And that's that area where all the other hunters just didn't like to go. They just felt uneasy. They, especially at night, they did not want to come out of there in the dark because they all felt like they're being watched and just didn't feel right about it. And they'd heard, they heard screams and stuff over the years that just freaked them out. And then that happened to that hunter. So, I mean, there you go. They actually had an encounter, eyewitness encounter, sighting. So we'll throw out a whoop once in a while in the daytime too. See what happens. You just never know. Okay, Chris just found something really, really neat right here. And this is what we were talking about earlier. Get the dog out of here. Call Ellie. This is what we're talking about, guys. Look at this. This thing back in these trees here. Call Ellie. Get her out of here. Hold her collar.
Come. No.
Look at this. Look at the way these are shaped perfectly together. I don't know what this means. This is pretty crazy. It's kind of tucked back in these little trees here. And it's just these, how many sticks is it? 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 6 or 7 sticks. And it makes some kind of a pattern there. It's like a star in the middle. This is unreal, guys. These were all placed here just like this. This is what we're talking about. This is the kind of stuff you want to look for. And there's a pretty good chance you're in an area where they are. Wow, good find, Chris. Wow. That is awesome. Get this from a couple angles here. That is amazing. I know I hear about the glyphs now. I've heard some of the researchers talk about that maybe they do this and it means something. But look at the way that those are kind of a star in the middle, and there's one running down through the bottom of the star. Or what would that be? A diamond shape. I guess it'd be a diamond shape. But look at that thing. I was just sitting here. We just walked up on it. Chris spotted it. Nice job, Chris. That is awesome. I've never seen one like this. Get a couple different angles here. Wow, good find. We climbed up this mountain quite a ways, sat up there, and we found this on our way down. It's kind of tucked back in here. Okay, we were looking at this a little closer. Follow this one. Follow this branch right here. See how it goes under that branch, over that one. It's definitely stuck through there. And this is under some trees, so these didn't just fall this way. I mean, it's obviously a pattern. It's really cool. Those were placed there all right. They didn't fall that way. WIBS crew checking in. We're up north of the North Fork of the Clearwater River. Trying the night vision out with the new night infrared flashlight. Looks like it throws a nice beam. We can see out there a ways. It's working good. Something happened here. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Weird. Make up at that one point.
Yeah.
A flake.
What do you think, Evan? What'd that sound like?
It sounded like what he did from a distance.
Wow, that was close too. That was right over here, guys.
No, it was a ways away.
I mean, it was that way though, right? Back towards camp. I thought it came from.
I thought I heard two.
It sounded like it was.
So
like
I thought it was
across on
over
the
here.
other-
First time I thought it was over here, but then I thought it was over here.
But it just
Okay.
it sounds like it was on the other ridge.
Oh shit.
But I don't know because the creek is right there. to hear it over the creek
I
would
think
be
it echoed
crazy.
from this way or that way. I swear.
Dude,
I saw it.
Powerful, dude.
That was loud.
It was powerful.
I had it recording the whole time, but I had my zoom on, so couldn't see anything.
It was pretty high pitched.
Oh,
That came from that way.
hey, let me give another one, should I?
Yeah.
Another scream. Okay, here we go. Sounds like it's still going over here. Way out there. What do you guys think, man? That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of shit we get.
Wrap my head around it a little bit.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
that's exactly what we were telling you guys about. So the time about 4 years ago, we were where we're camped right now. We were halfway in between where we're camped now and the new camp, and I did a scream like that towards this ridge, and so I did a scream, and this thing whooped. It was like a whoop, like a whoop, classic whoop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I copied it. I
was a
whooped.
couple, though, on
No,
both
it happened
sides of the
4
hill.
times. Yeah. And it came right from the area where all those stories are. But I whooped back. It whooped back 3 or 4 times at me after I whooped. I was recording. I hope I got that.
That
I
was
should have
very-
picked that up.
It was very interesting.
And you know, it sounded like something came from over there. You're thinking up here,
The
Evan?
Second. Well,
You think
it's-
there was 2 of them?
One sounded like over here, but the first one, the one that made me fucking hair stand
Yeah.
up, my head went that way, across the creek,
Okay.
and it
Because I
sounded
thought I
like it
heard
was
one
up
back
high.
this way up high
It
too.
sounded like it was up high.
Calls.
Yeah.
It could have been 2 different calls too. You know, yours and 2 other ones. One from over there, one from up there. Who knows?
Yeah, shut all the lights down. Yeah, shut all lights off and we'll just stand here a few minutes. I wish this light was attached to this camera. It's amazing. It's Corey, Matt, and Evan.
Well, you can see us in there?
Oh yeah.
Wow. I can't see nothing.
Did you ever see this, Matt? How good this light work looks? I know Evan looked at it. Come here.
Wow.
Is that awesome?
Yeah.
Look at that. How far back that goes.
That's infrared because I can't see the light back there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Here we are in base camp, this isn't base camp, this is our second camp. We backpacked in to this spot, had to hike in. Well, the dogs are growling. This is the creek where we crossed to get into camp. So where we're camped at is below the area where that old tree stand is, what's left of it. Basically camped below where that hunter got chased out and feared for his life. And he would have came out right here. That hunter would have had to have come right down this path here and crossed the creek. And there's an old skidder road up here, and he would have had to have hiked all the way down there to his rig and boogied out of here in the dark. So yeah, quite a story. Guys are cooking up some food. This is kind of where, just wanted to show you kind of where we're camped here. Kind of a meadow. It's kind of a meadow up here. And then you hit the big trees up in there. And there's a trail that runs straight back through here that takes you all the way up to where that old tree stand is, where the guy got chased out by the Sasquatch. Just to give you an idea where we're at here. Some big trees in here. Real big trees.